Alright guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Obviously, old age has got to Ric Flair. Years of blading has finally went to his dome, and he's came out and made a pretty controversial and ridiculous statement in my opinion, so going to have to make a wee video here and call him out on it. So, Ric Flair was basically talking the other day about online criticism that Charlotte Flair receives, and he went on to say that he's not bothered about it, he just laughs and she says that she's got thick skin and all this.
Well, he clearly must be bothered about it then.
Yeah, but if he's talking, yeah, if he's talking, I mean, yeah. Anyway, he was quoted saying, "Wrestling is the only sport where somebody can't be the best. If they can argue on TV who is better, Aaron Rodgers or Mahomes, right? Or they can argue who is better, Justin Thomas or Tiger Woods, right?"
It's Mahomes.
So basically, I think he's arguing. His point is, in all these other sports, you've got statistics and titles that someone can easily, use to back up their claims that they're the best. So he said, in other words, there's someone that's the best in everything, right? Of course. He's saying that you don't really get that in professional wrestling, but he says that Charlotte is still the best. He says that's tough for anybody to argue. What is there to even argue about? He says, who's the better athlete? Who played Division 1 sports? Who was an All-American in high school? What's there to argue about?
That's irrelevant.
When she walked out the door at TLC, what did you think? That's star power.
No, I didn't. Didn't even watch it.
Then he went on to say, she's the best woman on the roster, but she's the best woman of all time. I've been in the business 49 years. Give me an example of who you think is better. You can't. He says, I loved Trish and I loved Lita, but I can walk into a room and say my daughter is the best without a shadow of a doubt. We can sit and debate it, and I'll have that debate with you, just like you can debate who's better between Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. But at the end of the day, I have no doubt in my mind that Charlotte Flair is the best, and you can't tell me otherwise. Right, straight out the bat, right? See all this, she did this in high school. What's that got to do with? What's that got to fucking do with? Oh, you know what? See Jack Swagger, he probably did some sports in high school that Austin didn't do. But who's the, I mean, who's the who's the best? Fucking Jack Swagger or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
See his logic, right? It's like, yes, Charlotte's a far better athlete than those two, right? But
what? But what's that? It's got no fucking relevance.
Listen to get my point. Well, look at the roster of the day. See if you compare them to fucking Hogan. Oh fuck, they're all superior.
Shelton Benjamin's a better athlete than Ric Flair.
Let me tell you something.
So would Ric Flair accept that Shelton Benjamin, who never really got over to a high extent or whatever, and never won a world title, so would Ric Flair accept that Shelton Benjamin's better than him because he was an All-American and did wrestling in high school?
I know. What matches has Charlotte's been in that's fucking made me? I won't give a. Oh, she main event at Mania. Who gives a fuck?
No, Ronda Rousey main event at Mania. Let's be real. Without Ronda Rousey, Charlotte doesn't get anywhere. And Charlotte was actually the fucking match. She was just like the third wheel. I mean, basically, they just put her in there to eat the pinfall, even though it was Ronda Rousey that ate the pinfall. But you get my point, right? She was just there to make up the numbers. Because she had a belt, right?
Kind of like Shawn Michaels. Mania 20.
Aye, I mean, but
he didn't eat the pinfall.
But to say it's just ridiculous because I mean, Trish and Lita actually main evented a Raw back in the day when
Raw was real,
and they weren't pushing. The only reason, let's be real, the only reason the main event now is not because they're over, it's because they're trying to push this like women's rights and equality. It's got nothing to do with Charlotte being over. Or, no one in their right mind thinks Charlotte Flair's more over than Trish Stratus, or no one in their right mind thinks Sasha Banks more over than Lita. You can't possibly think that. I mean, these are people from an era that actually fucking wrestling did well in. You cannot make an argument that Charlotte Flair is a bigger draw or a bigger star than those two. I don't see how Ric Flair can possibly think that. It would be like saying Keith Lee's better than Ric Flair.
No, he's not.
What's your thoughts?
Well, yeah, she's not.
I can think of a shitload of memorable moments for Trish and Lita. I can't think of one memorable moment for Charlotte Flair.
And if there was, it would probably be because Ric Flair was there or something.
I can't think of one. Even when she debuted, it was in a terrible trio called PCB. What?
Team Bad, PCB, and the other.
Like you know what I mean? Like, oh, the Bellas, but we'll just add Alicia Fox in and call her a Bella anyway. I mean that whole shit was garbage. I mean, those three teams are feuding with each other for 6 months. I
remember the first one was Hell in a Cell, but that was because it was awful and there was like a botch every 4 seconds.
yeah. Just I don't know I don't know how she's the best woman of all time. Like to me, she doesn't even come close to making the top 10. But Ric Flair said she's in, and then people are going to say, well, it's his daughter, and what do you expect? But what is he going to say? Fucking David Flair was the best male wrestler of all time.
I would know that, but I think it's kind of different because he could say himself and all. Oh, come on. I think there's a bigger. I mean, for him to say that, I would say he's completely fucking deluded.
So you don't think he's completely deluded in what he's saying?
Well, no, but I think that if you flip it the other way with Big Dave, I think that would
Big
warrant.
Dave?
I think that would warrant him to be killed.
Well, I mean, I think that should be warranting him to be killed.
Oh,
But there you
come
go,
on.
guys.
It's not as bad as saying his son is. No, or no. Wait, come on. At least with the women, like, there's not that many. Fucking, I mean, I could literally name 2,000 wrestlers better than fucking 2,000.
I just
I can
don't
name
think she
anyone.
could be better for the simple reason in the era she's been in, and the era those two were in. You just cannot tell me. And especially the rub that Trish and Lita got off the male wrestler. I mean, you could say that, oh, well, Ric Flair managed Charlotte for a while. And fucking what? I mean, she got the shite Ric Flair. She didn't even get the Impact TNA Ric Flair. She got the 2017, 16 Ric Flair that fucking greets when someone looks at him. So, I mean, it's not like she got prime Ric Flair in a corner.
And on that note, she's
I'm
pushed.
fucking disgusted with Ric Flair for actually saying that. I mean, that's bullshit. I get you've got to stick by family, but he's totally fucking he's totally wrong here. I mean, not even close, man. Doesn't even come close to like a Molly Holly or a Mickey James or a Victoria or something like that. I mean, not even. I mean, issue. I don't even like Becky Lynch, like, but I mean, I don't see how Becky Lynch isn't a bigger star than Charlotte Flair.
Well, but it's the Flair day.
No, well, I mean, how is she? I don't see how she is.
I know, even
And
though they're
then
both
you've
pushed.
got some idiot in the comments saying, well, Becky only got over because Charlotte put her over. How can Charlotte put Becky over when Charlotte's not over?
Exactly.
At least, I mean, it felt a bit pushed in that, like, I'm not going to lie, but at least I felt like Becky Lynch was, she did feel like more of a star than Charlotte did.
Yep.
She did. So, you know what? I mean, that's it. You can agree, disagree, but there's no way, there's
Shut
no
up,
doubt in
girl.
my mind, like, that she's not the best of all time. She's not even top 10. And Ric Flair can mention Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, but none of that's really relevant, right? What's relevant
Patrick
is
Mahomes is superior to Aaron Rodgers.
exactly just
What's the
like Trish and
fucking
Lita's
point?
superior to
What was the other comparison he made?
Tiger Woods and some guy I've never heard of.
Oh, the Tiger Woods.
But the point he's trying that's the point he's trying to make. I think that you can't compare those two to Charlotte. But I mean, I disagree. I mean, fucking Trish was in like a near year long fucking like storyline with Vince. I mean, for that alone,
My Vince was at his best.
that alone puts her above Trish. I mean, above Charlotte. It's not fucking rockets. Oh well, Charlotte appeared in a segment with Vince Russo on WCW, and what? And fucking what?
And she was like fucking 10.
Exactly. Anyway, guys,
And
that's
that's what
it.
WCW was pish, but it's still rated 10 times million above what we're getting now.
Yep. I mean, that's it. You can say what you want, but I mean,
Wait,
like I
would
said,
people actually argue that? Oh, she appeared in WCW?
I don't know. They might like.
Oh. Right.
Anyway, till next time.
Peace.